This is the Welcome Distraction Podcast with the Kemp Brothers. Their immature stories, thoughts, and opinions are their own and should be taken with the same level of seriousness as a drunk uncle's late-night conspiracy theory. They are not responsible for any brain cells lost, friendships ruined, or questionable life choices made under their influence. Now buckle up, buttercups.
Thanks for coming back to the Welcome Distraction with the Kemp Brothers. I'm going to be the moderator, if you will, for today's episode, Brett, joined by my two brothers, Nick and Chris. So today's episode, we're going to keep it lively. We're going to keep it fun. We're going to go over some hot takes, some topics, some trends, some unpopular opinions, maybe some popular opinions. But whatever we talk about, we're going to put the Kemp Brothers twist on it. So let's just hit the ground running. Unpopular opinion. Nicholas, you've got one you were talking about. Hit us with it.
Yeah, Masters Part 3. Fuck them kids.
Whoa.
Hey.
It's all about
Too
the
much?
kids.
Too much?
No,
No.
never. I hear
Watching,
what you're saying. Though.
everybody enjoys the Masters. I mean, it's the special time of the year where for a week straight, everybody,
Golf Super Bowl.
I feel like you can get away with having TV on at work for that week. Or if you can't, hopefully I don't get in trouble.
But you shouldn't work there anymore if you can't.
Wednesdays they do the Par 3 tournament, which is always fun to watch. But lately they've been getting the kids more and more involved. And I'm not against kids. Obviously, I've got my own. I think it's a great opportunity for them to get out there. But this year it just seems like kind of like a circus. They're just like out there and just letting them like run around, do whatever they want. Which I go back and forth.
But yeah.
Yeah, you want them to have fun. You want them to be out there. You want it to be a family atmosphere. But it's still the Masters,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's
What do you
cool
guys
for
think?
the first appearance at the Masters, and they got their kids, their family. They want to do it all. But when you've seen the same people every year and they're multiplying, they're everywhere. Yeah. It's cute. There's a lot of kids, but everybody came there to see these players, best in the world, and people know what they're getting themselves into for this Par 3 contest. But like Nick was saying, it's changing so much every year now that every kid's hitting every hole, and by the third or fourth hole, you're just watching their kids play instead of the grown ass men that you came to see.
And
See, their score is now NS, which means no score because they don't even want to finish it now. Yeah, I don't even know who won.
And did you guys see that Kevin Hart was out there caddying for Bryson DeChambeau? And it's like now everybody else is getting on board. Now they're gonna start bringing in all kinds of us.
Jason Kelce was out there too.
Jason Kelce.
Yeah, I mean, if Kevin Hart is Bryson's kid, he definitely was the right size. Hey. Okay, moving on to the next one. Are you guys familiar with Stanley Cups? Very much. There's so many different ones now, but I think Stanleys are the one that started it. It's the big water jug, and I think it's mostly known for housewives carrying around, but everybody's got them, Oops, there it is. That's his beer stein right there. But you got all the different kinds, right? So I think the hot take is really Stanley Cups are emotional support for water bottles. Yeah, and they're very unbalanced. Have you ever tried putting them in the cup holder? You're driving around, all of a sudden, boom, they fall out. Maybe they got water in them, but sometimes they don't, and it just goes everywhere. It's a lot of water. They hold a lot.
Clank.
Yeah, there's some better ones out there too. Stanley's, I don't know if they're the fad one, but yeah, they suck and they're expensive as shit. But let's say overpriced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're just buying the sticker now. You can go get some other ones. So, all right, what do you guys think about AirPods? Okay, we're jumping from topic to topic here. AirPods are cool, but what do you think about people just having them in all the time, wearing them like they're little man earrings? Nothing wrong with earrings, but when you constantly have them in like they are a fashion trend, if you will.
I don't know how they do it. I can't stand to have them in any longer than what I'm trying to use them for.
Okay, boomer. People walk around with it in though all the time, and they're just like, "Are you talking to someone? Are you?" No, it's just somebody calls up. It's a social status sitting there, and they're like, "That's not even really in your ear. It's about to fall out." Yeah, you're right. Yeah, what are you looking for? Clearly, you don't have it on. It does it serve an orthopedic function?
I mean, maybe they're using them for hearing aids. Man, I guess they could be using them for that.
Right. Good. All right, let's talk about some dude behaviors. What it really means when you say or you do one thing. We've got some topics and what you say and what you mean. I thought some of these are pretty on point. Let me know if you agree. If you say, "I'll look into it," does that really mean I will absolutely not look into it. Yeah, I will never get to that. And thanks for bringing that up. We
That's
can
right.
move along now.
Hey,
Hey, Bob, I
I
need you to get rid of, take care of that task for me. Yeah, I'll look into it.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll look
That
into it.
means I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Hey, you just wasted your oxygen. Yeah, that's like, when you're a kid, you're asking your parents, you're like, hey, can we go do that? We're like, you know what? Maybe we'll look into it. Yeah,
Not happening.
never, not gonna happen. How about when somebody says, it's been a while, you run into that guy. Hey, man, what's up? We should grab a beer sometime. What does that mean?
It's like
That means he doesn't know I'm an alcoholic. It means we will never hang out.
it's like that guy on Groundhog Day. Was it like Ned Landers or something like
Ned,
that?
Ned Ryerson.
Ned Ryerson. That's right. Ned Ryerson. How have you been?
Phil? Phil Connors? I thought it was you.
Ned Ryerson.
Yeah.
I have missed you so much. I don't know where you're headed, but can you call in sick?
He's like, I got somewhere else to be, not anywhere but
Yeah.
here. Yeah, let's grab a beer sometime. Same thing. It's committing without committing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the old half step in, half step out the door. You know it's not happening. How about with clothing? I think guys are a little more prone to do these kind of things with their clothing and their shoes, holding on to shit way too long than you should. I am very much guilty of that.
Mm-hmm.
Hoarder. You hoarder, you. I mean, no, not a hoarder. It's like I have a pair of shoes, maybe 2 to 3 pairs of shoes that's it. That's a rotation. I probably have some that are hidden somewhere else in the closet, but I don't think about getting more shoes. The only time I start thinking about needing new shoes is when I step in the driveway or in the garage in a puddle and I slip and I realize the damn tread's all gone, like a pair of flip-flops or something. Like, oh shit. I don't know. I just never think about it. These are my shoes. Same thing with shirts. This is my shirt. This is the 6 that I choose from. I mean, shit. Anybody's watched these? I love wearing my grunt style shirts all the time. Like that's my go-tos, and it usually takes months, years before I transition, and it's probably because it fell apart. So,
I've got the same thing with pair of shorts, and when I go to my drawer, and then I realize that they're dirty, I'm like,
oh,
shit,
I thought you were
dirty
gonna say
drawer.
when I go to my
Shit.
drawers, or I
But
go to my dirty drawers.
meanwhile,
Why are you putting
I've
dirty
got like
clothes back
20
in there?
pair of
Don't
clean
just shit
shorts in
on
there,
them.
and I'm like, oh, these seem right. And then I think to myself, I need to get rid of some of these shorts. I got too many damn shorts because I don't ever wear them. But then I go back, I'm like, what if I want to wear it? What if I need these one time? I got to keep them.
Yeah.
But I got to go wear those shorts again, even though
They're
they're
like,
dirty.
oh, these would be good for mowing the grass. These would be good working on the car. Shorts.
I know
I'd
I'm
keep
never
them
going to
just
wear
in
the
case.
code, but you never know,
I think guys do that with a lot of things, whether it be shoes, shirts, shorts, pants, whatever. We have multiple, no, probably double digits of different types. And then, yeah, you only have those 3 or 4 that are in rotation. And you're like, oh, I got nothing to wear. And we're just guilty of it. But yet the drawers are full of clothes, closets full of, coat
Mhm.
hanger and stuff you don't. So, yeah. And that's where I say you're a hoarder. You're just holding on to it. And you just got to let it go. Let it go. Let it go, man. That's a good transition because what about junk drawers? Holding on to shit that you might need
Gotta have it.
this one particular
Just in
thing.
case.
Just shove it in the drawer. Shove it in the drawer. Shove it in the closet.
Never know.
Shove it
You never
in.
know.
That is the
Always.
toolbox of the house.
You got 2 extra screws that were left over after you get done with that project. Got to keep them. Never
I
know.
might need that
Might need
spacer.
those later.
How many
One time.
times where you are missing something in the house and then you visualize it had to be in that junk drawer and you go back and you look at that junk
Oh
drawer
my God,
over
that shit.
and over and over. It's got to be in there. I know I saw it somewhere. Let me look in the junk drawer. And then the one time you're like, I absolutely know that it's in there. You go in there. Oh no, I cleaned it out. It's all gone. I needed. That was the one
What have
thing.
you done?
I needed that
That was the
screw. Bottom of the chair. Now I have to throw the whole chair away. You understand? It was holding the house together, and you just threw it away. How about meal prepping? Is meal prepping just eating the same thing until you hate it? I would say yes.
I think meal prepping is good for a day or 2.
Yep. Exactly.
And then I can't ever eat this again.
Yeah, meal prepping is good. People are like, "Oh, I'm gonna prep this meal," and they go for what, like usually a week, no, a work week's worth of food. They get through it. They do it that first week. Never do it again if they even make it through that first week. I don't know
Meal
about you
prepping.
guys. Here we go. What I think of as meal prepping is like getting out different containers, same containers, but different ones, lining them up and putting the same shit. And I picture a bunch of rice, a bunch of chicken breasts, maybe some broccoli, and we're going to put them all in the things and we're going to save it. And like, if you were good enough to stick to that, and maybe there's some sickos out there that would enjoy this day in, day out, week in, week out kind of thing. But what kind of existence is that? You know, especially if you weren't a fan of it, like this is what I'm living for, to eat the same gruel every day like I'm in prison. Well, that's no life.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be better ways. How about some modern life comparisons? We're going to go into the digital realm just for a little bit. How about LinkedIn? If you're all familiar with LinkedIn,
What's a
you should
LinkedIn?
be. LinkedIn it's the social resume platform where you can put yourself out there and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm
it's
new in
work
town,
resume dating
and I'm
site.
looking for." Yeah. So is LinkedIn just a Facebook in a suit? I think it is. I'd agree with this statement because it is kind of got that social weird stuff. And how many people are in there are actually like, "Please, I've accepted a new job. Congratulations." I bet more than half the people that are looking at it like, "Man, fuck that dude. Man, no way. You get me
All I ever
fired in
get
no
are
time."
these notifications of like solicitors.
Oh, like, oh, somebody's reaching out to me. I just got a reply here. We're looking for a job from dumb shit that you don't actually have. Or would you
Yeah.
be interested in paying some money to hear some shit?
Get a job that would fit you. You're interested.
You had the word paper on your resume, so you're qualified as a rocket scientist. We'd like for you to apply. You can work at Dunder Mifflin. We'd like you to interview with Michael Scott.
You could be assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah, you'll be interviewing with the assistant
Scranton Strangler.
regional manager. Okay, how about laundry? Folding laundry is optional until it becomes a problem. Do you agree with this statement? Laundry's not done until it's folded. OCD coming out over here. Yeah, I think that's a thing a lot of people do too. You know, it's just it's hot, and then you just fluff it back up in the dryer. Go and pull it out. Then when it's in the way, shit, I got folded. Yeah, a lot of people are guilty.
Running it through for the third time that week.
They wash it. They get that one item out. That's what I needed. They throw the rest of it back, and then
That's
you
the
just start
easy
all
part.
over. Yeah, fold the damn shit. Got that one thing I needed. How about staying in the household chores realm? How about the deep cleans that you do in your house? I don't know about you guys, but I'm guilty of this too. So when we'll throw a little soiree, a shindig, if you will, or some kind of event, that's when we really do the deep clean. I mean, our house is clean, but when people are coming over and it's going to be an event, that's when we actually clean. And I'm sitting there muttering to myself every time, like, "Are we cleaning this damn house so good right now for other people to come over and mess it up?
Yeah, it's haunted anyway.
Why don't we do this for ourselves?" And I go, "Laundry to fold now." And that's another thing that I had here is weekends are just weekdays, except this is when you get caught up in doing your chores. It's just more stuff, you know. Instead of doing the job, you're like, "I got all this other shit
Yeah.
I gotta do." Sometimes you really got to go back to work to get some rest.
I know.
Good job. I know. Yeah, I say that when you got a bunch of kids too. I gotta go back to work and get some rest. Well, I think weren't we put on this earth to do chores as kids? I don't think that was passed down though. Yeah,
Good job.
not
For
the
sure,
same
that's
way. What Dad said. It's why I had you guys.
Yeah,
Go get me another beer. That's why we got an acre yard and a riding lawnmower, so you could sit on it for 2 hours and drive around, and I could watch you do it and mess things up. Do donuts and hit a sprinkler. God damn it! What
right.
the hell
You
you doing?
remember, you remember we moved to the new house and had the acre land and they had to ride a mower and we were excited about riding it. And Dad's like, "No, you will never ride the mower." A week later, "Hey, let me show you how to mow the grass."
Tell me if this is wrong, Brett, and maybe I made it up in a dream as a little kid, and I just stuck with it. I feel like we were 5 years old, living in Virginia, and there was a push lawnmower, and we weren't strong enough to hold it to self-propel it. And Dad wrapped a rope around it and said, "Here you go," and we'd have to mow the grass like that. Yeah, I think that's accurate. That's
sounds
some
right.
like 80s growing up shit right there. Yeah, not only were we probably not taller than the handle of the lawnmower, couldn't stop it, and if it was self-propelled, it was just gonna go. But yeah, and it was a big yard in Virginia, so that
it
was
was
my
like
first early memories of yard work. Like jungle too. It wasn't like a here, go cut this grass, this soft palette of greenery that you can just go up and down and make a nice pattern. It was like, all right, if you could, 5-year-old, if you could push back some of this shrubs, just really get in there with that lawnmower and try to expand this yard a little bit more.
38 pounds of me.
Yeah, do some wide laps here and get it going, stuff like that. And hey, keep your foot around that thing because remember, I tied this thing up. Yeah, that's why we had two of you and made a duplicate. So if you chop your legs off and die, we've got another one.
I remember that when we were down in Palm Beach. And it wasn't just a case where like they were expecting you to mow the grass at such a young age. They would leave you, and you're out in like the front yard mowing the grass, like 8
Hey,
years
game's
old.
coming on. I'll be
Like-
inside.
Like,
I remember that
hey,
down in South Florida, Wellington.
Yeah.
We were doing that, and I remember fighting with that. You just spurned the memory. I remember fighting with the lawnmower, being like, I want to do it because it's cool. And, for one, maybe two times as a kid, all these chores sound cool for about 5 seconds. And then you're like over it. But little did you know, that just became your life. This is for life now. So you move out, and maybe even after that, you're doing this.
That's right. When you get done, I'm going to teach you how to use this big sharp blade that spins freely that the guard was taking off so we can edge the driveway.
There you go. Yeah, that's that you're filling your shins, boy. Should have had some pants on. It's your fault. Oh,
Don't hit the concrete driveway with the blade. You're damaging the blade.
I'm sorry. That's the same way now, though. Every season, out here in Utah, we actually have the grass go dormant. So you get to take a few months off. I think it's that way for you, Christopher, in the Panhandle of Florida. So you get to take a few months off where the grass doesn't quite grow and stuff. But every season, I'm pretty much like, can't wait to get back out there. Maybe one, maybe two times. Now I'm like, yeah. And it's 100 degrees, 100% humidity.
Keep it growing.
You don't know if you're going to make it through the day. It's tough. I might
You
die.
guys got to get those new robots. Like those things are coming down in price. You can get you a little robot.
They're only about
Robots.
$1,000 now.
Yeah.
Yep. Get back out there, robot. Jeez, let me tie this for you. What are you doing? Is it like a Roomba where I'm just going to follow around the yard and be like, you missed a spot, you missed a spot.
Yeah.
Oh, let me do it. It's solar power. It's supposed to map it out. Instead of cutting, the grass completely, it's going to be like the vacuum that I walk behind, like, you missed a spot, pick up the Roomba, go pick it up there. So I'll go pick it up and take it to the grass that it missed. Ah, good job. Hey. Yeah, you did all the work. Could just cut the goddamn grass.
Yeah, this one's not vacuuming. It's cutting. It's supposed to.
Keep following it. It will. Oh, man. How about naps? What's your feeling on naps now? I'm a fan until I take one, and then I'm just mad. So I gotta get up and do the rest of the day.
I still can't do it. I feel like I'm wasting my life.
Wasting my life.
I can't take a nap.
Yeah, you usually get a little bit of a headache. Doesn't work.
I
don't know how some people I know can just nap like that. I mean, I think it changes for everybody as you get older and stuff, but even the way the world looks at it and stuff, like, I don't think I could ever take a nap when I was a kid. I had like insomnia and stay up all night all the time. Couldn't go to bed when it was time to go to bed, no matter what, teenager, younger, or whatever. Can't do that now. I swear the kids now, they just nap wherever, whenever. I mean, I could fall asleep in school. That was about the only time because it's boring as shit. I think now if the situation is right, maybe if you're somewhere where you don't have 1,000 things you could be doing, like if you're on a trip or you're maybe on vacation, maybe you're on a work trip or stuff, so you don't have all your stuff. You're like in a hotel, you're in transit, you don't have the things that Nicholas is talking about where I got 1,000 things I can go be productive on. That's the nap sweet spot. And you're like, man, I can't do anything other than, what I've already done, so take a nap. And that's the best. Not maybe a super long nap, but yeah, it's funny how you get older and naps went from being a punishment to now they're a luxury. I'm doing pretty good. I can afford to take some naps. You know what I mean? Now that I'm older, going to sleep is rough sometimes. So sometimes there's those days where you're like, you know what? I'm not going to take a nap, nothing like that, because I'm going to sleep good tonight. We used to play softball all day, all weekend. You're like, oh my God, and you barely remember your head hitting the pillow. I miss those days where you're just like, that doesn't happen anymore. Now I sit there, lie there awake, and I'm like, how does one fall asleep? And you start thinking about the mechanics of how does that happen? And then all of a sudden you're just thinking over and over and over, and then you're realizing it's been a half hour and I may not fall asleep tonight. I'm still awake, and now I'm thinking about how hard I need to go to sleep. Or you start having those night thoughts, the things that pop into your head when you're trying to sleep. And then you're like, adulting is hard. Hey, before you know it, hours have gone by. You finally fall asleep, and then you realize all of a sudden the alarm clock's going off and you got to get up. You're like, no, I've been robbed. Time already. I have to go back to work to pay for things that I don't really need. Okay, thanks. Okay, changing it up. How about pop culture and trends? Here's a few random topics. I don't know. Reboots, talking about Hollywood and TV shows. Reboots are just Hollywood recycling with better lighting. I think the reboots are absolutely out of control. Yeah. It really goes back to the thing. If you have a movie that worked once, it made a lot of money, there's a reason why they make sequels, twos, threes, fours. Hell, they make franchises now. They even stopped naming them, numbering, things of that nature. But if it worked before, they really will now more than ever. When Top Gun comes out 40 years later and makes $2
Hell
billion,
yeah.
it gives hope to everyone, every movie that was ever out there that we can reboot this and it will be successful. It's cool because to that point, I think like if they do it right and it's like Top Gun Maverick, amazing, cool, because it's better with the script and the money and the budget and they did it right. But then there's ones that Too Little, Too Late, Dumb and Dumber 4, shit like that, Anchorman 2, give or take. But some of them are just like, we don't need it. Like, Happy Gilmore 2, you just knew it was gonna be the same regurgitated
Or they just
shit. Missed it back in the window, and then they did it so many like Dumb and Dumberer. No, that one was coulda
way too
you,
long.
whether it was good or not, you would have made your money had that come out 4 or 5 years after the first one. Instead, you
But
wait. Some you do hope that they wait. Maybe this does give hope to bring back series and stuff like Scrubs came back. That's funny as shit, and these other ones, but. I mean, sometimes you see either the movie or the show, and you're like, it fell flat. But sometimes it's pretty cool, and they get it. Like Cobra Kai was pretty cool when they did that right. That was kind of one of the first ones to start to bring back a bunch of stuff and say, hey, we can breathe new life into these things. So it kind of gives hope to some of the ones that you're like, I don't want to. Like, I'm still hoping for a Goonies 2 to come out if they do it right. Yeah,
Right.
it's been talked for
I don't know if
forever.
they could do it right though. I feel like
I
they
don't
missed the
know.
window. Like all the kids
I
are
never
growing
would
up
have
now.
believed a Top Gun sequel would have been done right. So, hey, you know what? Let them give it a try. We'll judge them harshly for sure.
Yeah. We reserve our
I
judgment.
think the new thing is crossovers and everything. When the last Spider-Man came out, when they brought the 3 worlds, the multiverse and all that. That's the big thing now is
All
taking the
things are
past, the
possible.
present, and the future kind of all together. So that's the big trendy thing, and you can see it with the different franchises crossing over from one another. Not only is it reboots, but it's mix and mash. How about this? What do you guys think about podcasts? Are podcasts just conversations people decide to record? Yeah, that's what a podcast is. That's what hey, we're having a good time, right? Yeah. They're not as easy as you think. Everybody talks about podcasts. I've always thought of doing that. Let's do it. And to say it is one thing, to actually do it and do it consistently for any type of sustained period of time, it is definitely challenging. I think it's really cool though how mainstream it is now. There's so many of them out there, so it is hard to kind of do what we're doing to get out there and get a huge following or anything. But I think it's pretty cool how they're even getting recognized for major awards, Golden Globes, and stuff like that. So yeah, it is being taken serious. Yeah, I think Joe Rogan, he said he wasn't going to pay the fee to enter the category for he's like, I don't have to prove I'm number one. He's showing he's number one now. The stats, the fact that everybody's viewing and he's been statistically number one. I think he's more popular than ever. And you know what? Next year they're gonna be like, we screwed up. We better give him the same award. He earned it. Have you guys ever seen the clip where what's his nuts that was on TV? What's his face? I can't remember. Remember Tom Green? Yeah, Tom Green. Have you guys ever seen the clip where Joe Rogan goes on Tom Green's show? So it was after Tom Green was already successful,
Right.
for being outlandish and crazy, but he had a studio set up. It was basically like the Joe Rogan type studio situation, but a little bit
you're talking about.
bigger
Talking about
and stuff.
this is gonna
And so Joe Rogan, before he was, Joe Rogan, he comes on there and Tom Green is doing something in the futuristic idea of podcast, the way he was doing it, recording it, and pretty much how they can just kind of real time do this show. And Joe Rogan was blown away.
Dude, I think this is fucking awesome.
Thank you, man.
And like, it's almost like that's where the light bulb went on. And he was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it my way. And it's cool. So that's really cool. But I think podcasts are pretty awesome. Just there's a lot of shitty ones, a lot of good ones. That's the same thing with movies and TV shows, right? It's definitely a new genre.
We're 28 episodes in, and we're doing this all by ourselves. We don't have anybody helping us. We all 3 have full-time jobs and families, and it's a lot to keep up.
I want this to be my full-time job. I don't have a family anymore.
I mean, if this was our full-time job, just imagine what we could be doing. I mean, I think we have great shows and
That's
great
the dream.
conversations and have fun.
That's the dream. That
One
goes
day.
into my next saying here. My next topic was, how about when people say to you, how you doing? And they say, living the dream.
What does that mean to you?
That means they want out. To me, it's like
Help.
what mood I'm in. You know, you don't know what I just meant. Live in the dream. What right inside my head when I said live in the dream is a nightmare. I hate this dream. I want to wake up. This is terrible. Or maybe it is like, man, I am living the dream. But rarely do I ever actually mean that. Yeah, live in the dream, especially if you're in an office setting. That's really just, towing the company line. Like, this is what you want me to say. I'm living the dream. That's good. We both really don't care about this conversation anyway. So does that mean we're not going to get that beer you said we were going to? But live in the dream. Look into it. I said that. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to say no, but maybe.
I'll look into that.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. The Kemp Brothers here on the Welcome Distraction. We did some rapid fire topics. So those are our opinions. We'd love to hear your opinions. We're going to have more episodes like this down the road. But stick around, check out our other videos, and we'll see you next time on the Welcome Distraction. Peace. I'm out.